Hello, everybody. This week, as I was looking at the Parsha, a question arose based on a pasuk that we read, but not about the pasuk itself, but our usage of it in other contexts. I'm talking about the pasuk that comes at the end of Yaakov's blessing to the tribe of Dan, in which he calls out Lishuatcha, for your salvation, Kiviti Hashem, I have hoped, Hashem. And I was thinking about the fact that we recite this pasuk in rather unusual fashion, both as part of Tfilat HaDerech, as well as Kriyat Shema Alamita. We say the pasuk in a manner of speaking 3 times. The fact that we say it 3 times is understandable. We do this with a number of psukim for a sense of emphasis, of chizuk. But what's unusual about this pasuk is we change the order of the 3 words. We say Lishuatcha Kiviti Hashem, Kiviti Hashem Lishuatcha, Hashem Lishuatcha Kiviti. I was wondering why we do this. I don't really think we do it regarding other psukim. And so in my research, I came across a sefer, Morav Ahalot, by Rabbi Tzvi Moshe Karp, who offers a very interesting suggestion. He starts off by citing a brisa in Masechet Chulin, Tzadik Aleph Amud Bet, in which the Gemara says, Chavivin Yisrael lefnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yoser mimalachei hashares. Am Yisrael is more beloved in God's eyes even than the malachei hasharet. Why? So one of the reasons given is she Yisrael maskidin et Hashem achar shtei tevot bilvad. Am Yisrael, when turning to God, mentions his name after but uttering 2 words, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu. The 3rd word is already the name of God. Whereas Ve'ilu Malachei Hasharet, Ein Maskirin et Hashem Ela Liachar Shalosh Tevot. The Malachei Hasharet only get to mention God's name after uttering 3 prior words, Kadosh, 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 and only then Hashem Tzivakot. Rabbi Karp then goes on to mention something taught to us by Rav Soloveitchik's uncle, the son of Rab Chaim, Rav Yitzchak Ze'ev, Rav Velvel Soloveitchik, the Rav of Brisk, and later in Yerushalayim. And he comments on the pasuk in Tehillim that we're all familiar with, Kaveh el Hashem, Chazak v'ya'ametz libecha, v'kaveh el Hashem. And of course, many people ask the question, why does it both start and end with the charge Kaveh el Hashem? And Rav Soloveitchik gives an interesting take. He says when a person puts his faith and trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the rest of the pasuk describes a totza'ah, a result. Chazak v'yametz libecha. When a person has shown that he is Kaveh el Hashem, then God rewards him by strengthening his heart, his resolve, his strength and ability, the result of which is more v'kaveh el Hashem, additional faith and trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Keeping in mind what we already stated, that the one who comes quicker to mention the name of God is a sign of his closeness to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we have an interesting phenomenon in our daily Kedusha. We open up the Kedusha by saying we want to emulate the Malachim, and thus the first line of Kedusha that we recite is like what the Malachim would say. 3 words, Kadosh, 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 and only then mentioning Hashem's name, Hashem Tzvakot. As a result of this, we are strengthened, and the next line in Kedusha is, Baruch Kivod Hashem mimkomo. Now there are only 2 words before we mention God's name, until finally the 3rd recitation, Yimloch Hashem Liolam. God's name is mentioned after but 1 word preceding it. And so we go from strength to strength, from level to level in the Kedusha. And so it is with the unusual recitation 3 times in different orders of the Pasuk, Lishuatcha Kiviti Hashem. Am Yisrael, as the Gemara in Chulin stated, comes to mention God's name, but after 2 words preceding. Lishuatcha Kiviti, and then Hashem. As a result of that, we go stronger and higher. Kiviti Hashem Lishuatcha, now mentioning only 1 word before God's name, until in Mirza Hashem we reach the peak, Hashem, nothing before the name of God, Lishuatcha Kiviti. It's a challenge. When things are going well, people tend to forget the role of the Almighty in one's success, in the ups of life. And when things are difficult and challenging, sometimes we are so filled with despair, we cannot see that we can rely on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Certainly, Am Yisrael, in recent days and months and over a year, has faced this challenge quite sadly. But the truth is, if we can garner up the spiritual mettle to put our faith and trust in Hashem, that everything will work out no matter how trying the times, no matter how tragic the day's news is at times, our reward will be we will have even greater faith in trust in Hashem, that He will come through for us and provide for the ultimate victory. Halavai, we should see this very, very quickly in our days immediately ahead. Shabbat Shalom.